1075 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
Langston, did Coach Holtz want you guys to impress the cheerleaders when you were at the University of South Carolina?
The cheerleaders?
Impress him. That was rule number one. Impress him, the head honcho. But I'm trying to think, I do miss the days of, because, there was a time when they'd let you get, at least 1 or 2 fan days in there in the preseason 2-a-day practice.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. I think the oddest thing ever with when we did a scrimmage inside the stadium was when they were always cleaning, power washing the deal, and so you just had the power washer going the whole time, and then the mist and all the debris because they go from the top down. So of course everything's spilling, but forget about. I don't know if that was ominous of what was coming for the season or what. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm assuming the power washer was just water.
Assuming.
I hope so, but after it mixes from the top tier, Jay, all the works its way down. Who knows what it becomes a mixture of?
Hey, Langston, when you were playing in the NFL, were they still opening up training camp for fans to watch?
They were. So let's see, Cincinnati. They tried to make this a destination training camp. So we went to Georgetown, Kentucky.
I'm sorry.
Liquor,
I'm
no
really
alcohol,
sorry.
Nothing.
I'm really sorry.
and you would drive right down 75 to Georgetown, Kentucky, and roll your eyes every minute of the way. The other way. What was the other one? The Cardinals, Flagstaff. They would always opposite. We go from the desert to 60 degrees in the mountains,
Yeah.
and they came back to the desert, which was always crazy to me. And then Detroit got it right. We just stay right there in Allen Park because, why else? We built everything. Let's stay right here.
Mm-hmm.
When you look back, now it's very controlled. Did Lou? Did you ever through your 4 years? Did Lou lessen up? Did he modernize, or did you still feel like he was running some form of whatever he might have gone through when he was in college?
No, he was putting his finger on the scale always. So it was always a mixture thing. So it would be okay, you couldn't just get a 3 and out, or you just couldn't get a 4 and out, right? You had to get 10 plays, and then you would get a series to actually whatever happens. So I beat you up for 10 plays, and he gets to call those 10 plays, I think, for the first round of that series. So it's 1s against 2s or whatever it is, and it's just constantly an extended drive, and then by that time you're dog tired, and it's okay, now everything matters and the ball can move. Now we can move the ball around. So Lou would always try to figure out different ways to make the game, because there'll come a time in camp where the defense is here, the offense is here, usually the defense first, just because of coordination and different things. You don't have to timing with passing routes and all types of different things, because again, our offense has got to be all 11 stepping as one. It's a lot different than when you can have a JD Clowney bust through there the first couple of days of practice. You're like, hey man, get him out the drill and we can kind of get some stuff done. So Coach Holtz was always a guy to try to figure out, but always on the emphasis of making it harder. Always trying to make it way, way harder. But it always paid out dividends for us in the beginning of the season because, you was always tired. It's always that old adage. You go from that first game, and then you got to get those first couple games, and then you really get into shape after that second and third game. Even though you've been coming out of 2-a-days and doing everything, you still got to get your game legs underneath you or something like that.
Hey, Langston, I don't know if you've seen this or not. There's a little thing, because I don't watch Hard Knocks anymore. It's the same year over and over. It's like Groundhog Day now. But they had a real cool clip on social media of Mike McDonald, the head coach of Seattle. Well, I forget which one of his defensive linemen kept getting too close to the quarterback in the drill. Yeah, and McDonald kept saying, don't get so close to him. And he did it again. Don't get so close. And he did it again. And he looked at his defensive line coach or coordinator and said, get him out. And the guy comes over, and I can't say it because there's a lot of bleeps in there. McDonald was like, as long as I coach this bleeping team, you'll bleep and do what I tell you to bleep and do if you want to be on this bleeping team. And it was good stuff. And McDonald was in his ear. How many times you get yelled at for getting too close to quarterback?
Probably more than I like to, but I know exactly. And you got to think about the context of this. So everybody screams that, stay away from the quarterback, protect the quarterback. But that's a defensive-minded coach That man made his money. He got a Mercedes somewhere because he called a bunch of zone dog blitzes, something like that. And now, I mean, God bless him, he's a Super Bowl championship coach. So for him to be like reiterating that, like, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but this just happened a couple weeks ago. I'm sorry, I got my camp week about a week ago when Kirk Cousins and our boy out there
Max
with the Raiders,
Max Crosby.
Now I read between the lines a little bit between that, so I felt like those dudes were trying to, like, maybe Max was trying to get like a day off, something like that. But Kurt also pulled the number one move that we all know is happening, and most quarterbacks don't realize this till they're out in life later, and they're trying to pick a fight, and nobody else comes and saves them and beats up everybody. That's a quarterback on the football field. Kurt is like, I'll get in your butt. I heard he's like, he almost cursed. I heard he almost had a curse word. And so, of course, everybody jumped to his defense, and, of course, they're not going to do anything for Max. But it was a similar deal, getting the hand. You don't want to have that hand come down on that helmet because, first of all, the hand, the phalanges, all those different things. I've had a couple finger surgeries, hand surgery. Things are finicky. And so I can't even imagine as a quarterback, and you always see it in preseason. You don't want that to be something that can be avoidable. And so, of course, I don't know if it was Sam Darnold or any quarterback, but whoever that defensive lineman, you might want to check the ticker tape because you might only get like one or two of those. I don't think you get 3 chances. And like I said, Mike McDonald out there, he's not playing around with that. Even as a defensive coach, he knows how important those are.
You wonder if Kevin O'Connell yelled at anybody getting too close to J.J. McCarthy? Go ahead.
Closer.
Get closer. You're not close enough.
Too soon. Too soon. Langston Moore is with us, the former Gamecock team captain and D lineman. What do you think Dylan Stewart is going through right now? How many guys did you play with that, if backs are finicky and time is really the only real medicine? What's his future is so bright, and as you well know, he potential to be the top pick in the draft. Probably not going to happen, but certainly a top 10 type. What's his mindset right now?
I'm not sure because, obviously there's probably the rumblings of nervousness because also, too, I have to have the caveat that I don't know what's going on as far as, how healthy are they kind of, is it like, you getting the big man treatment, just save everything for the season, that type of deal. So just seeing what I've seen out there and to me, backs are so finicky and especially with defensive guys because to my knowledge, to my mind, I remember it was a hip deal first and then it became something else. And that's, the whole deal with the torso injury like that, one thing becomes this and then it becomes the whole back. The whole point is finicky and you can't put your finger on it minus, trying to get surgery or do something like that, which you never want to do when it comes to the back. That is the last resort of all of those things. And, especially with somebody being so young, the last thing you want to do is try to play around with that. I just don't know where he stands as far as, if he feels like he can go and he's going to be good for the whole season, I'm excited. But also, there's bigger, mountains to climb after South Carolina, just, i.e. the NFL getting paid. But then he's already gotten paid, but in the context of NIL money, right, versus like NFL money. So it's just, it's a weird situation, I think, for a whole bunch of reasons. But, I would feel in my fandom that I wish, I got the thumbs up. Or I saw some tape of him out there doing a whole bunch of stuff. But like you just said, we don't see any real tape of anything anyway, so we don't know what anybody's going on. We don't know if Lenorth is just out there in sunglasses. We know he's doing some stuff. So the point is, with Dylan, I think it just comes down to, him being honest with himself, what's going on, how does he really feel? Because, again, it could be one of those deals where you've been, waiting all this time, and then you go out there and it's just, they run one power at you and just the wrong thing happens. I don't know. But it could just be another thing where we don't want to waste the reps because we do have the number one guy according to draft boards, and we know what we got in-house, so let's just take care of that, give some other guys an opportunity. We're a few weeks out. And again, this is all just conjecture because I'm over here in Dallas, Texas. Right. You guys are in the nice confines of that nice AC. Hopefully they pay the AC bill out there. It's 110 degrees in Columbia.
They paid it this month.
All right. If not, just send everything to Terry. Terry will take care of it. We got a nice little Amex. But Dylan, I the mixture of money, what's ahead for him, all those different things. And then, just him being a competitor, like, I want to get out there. I want to do something. John Abraham's out here. He's been out here coaching up some of these guys. And we got the new D-line coach. I know I want to go out there and show improvement. Of course, Travian Robinson. It's just so many just different things that are probably just, and that's where like the coaches kind of got to like protect him from himself. Yeah. Like I said before, I've seen Chip Morton, who was on the strength staff there, who did a phenomenal job when we were in Cincinnati, when just finding certain things. I mean, you go talk about Hard Knocks. They did a whole – Carson was up there with the bands and the physio ball doing all that stuff for his rehab. So I know they have turned over every stone to make sure that Dylan is probably going to be in tip-top shape come week 1, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And stays the way all the way through the season as well.
Take us inside the mind. I'm sure you've seen this Jaden Daniels story over in Baton Rouge, and he's mad about his number being worn again so soon after winning a Heisman. I don't know where you stand on it. I'm not asking you to be critical or supportive or anything, but I was joking with Terry yesterday. Not joking. I mean, I remember when I got to varsity baseball, as a sophomore, I wanted to wear number 3, but it took me until I was a senior to get it. I told Terry I can just imagine me, and I know I didn't win the Heisman of high school baseball, Langston. I didn't.
All right.
But
you didn't?
I didn't. But I can just picture myself going to my coach and demanding that I wear number 3, and before I'm finished with my demand, being told to kick rocks and go run track or something, right? But how do players really approach this? And I'm sure it's different, but take us through maybe, examples you've seen, or just why this has become such a thing for this guy.
Well, I think it's this guy specifically. Now, all players, and I think there's like a hierarchy, and people use numbers as a way for recruiting, or, I remember there was a time, is somebody going to be able to get number 2, Sterling's number. I know you always hear little things like this, but then you tie in the new age of NIL. And I don't know, it seems, and I need to go deeper. I went wide on this. I didn't go deep into the subject, is that there must have been some type of language or deal where the NIL. But besides all of that, for me, if I'm a Washington Commanders fan, why is this dude looking backwards? That's my problem. That's my problem with all of this. Right. Like, okay, that's cool, but you don't hear Joe Burrow talking about this. Like, put it through your agent, or put it through. Oh, his mom is his agent. Okay, so then we have this. And then so somebody said it the other day. I don't know if it was on your afternoon show or it was your morning show. The boys said his outsized mother's relationship, and I thought that was a perfect word, outsized. Now again, I get it. There's a lot of dynamics where dudes do this, women do, and I'm not even talking about any of this. What I'm talking about is, like, Jaden, we got to focus on what's important, winning the game right now. Like, you just coming off an injury. All of these different things. Why are you concerned? Unless there's a big paycheck back there somewhere. Somebody owes you some more money or something like that. Maybe the kid was a top whatever recruit and he's got some NIL money and they're trying to do like a little NFL deal, but for me, it just sounds like something, you shouldn't be focused on right now. You should be focused on getting that elbow together, getting everything together up there in D.C. Secondly, if you are concerned about that, let the people who do your taxes, you pay somebody to do all of this stuff, the bugs, clean the bugs, cut your hair, all of this different stuff. Let them handle what's going on down there at LSU. And the last thing about this, you kind of tie in with the whole thing is, this is like everybody is a mercenary. So you're asking for, like, hometown, like Marcus Lattimore, endearing long-term relationship. From California, you never would have made your way to the LSU. I mean, you had to go through a lot to get there. God bless you, but just so much. I don't like it at all, as if you could tell, Jay. You said you teed me right up when you was like, I don't know if you got an opinion or not. But, yeah, but for me, the biggest thing is you're focusing way too much on the wrong thing, and you're going to get my man fired from the Washington Commanders, man. I mean, his job is already hanging on by a thread already, man. They need you to play well.
That's a great point.
You know the thing about Langston, this is one of those stories where nobody looks good. Because, again, the kid...
I'm going to tell you who looks good. Who? Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow looks good. Joe ain't saying nothing. Joe looking
Smart
like,
move.
okay,
yeah.
I won a national championship, and maybe that's the big differentiator. And that's, I mean, 10 wins is great. We can put your name in the stadium, but we're not going to retire your jersey. I heard the boy is asking for the Heisman to come back to his house. Yeah. He already got his own Heisman. Man, what's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you, man?
He doesn't understand that fake Heisman is not his to take back.
Right.
That's what the Heisman people give to the university, because you get a fake Heisman, he gets a fake Heisman, you get whatever it is, but that's a fake Heisman.
You get two real Heismans.
Ask George Rogers. If we don't know this story better than anybody else, man, this is what a Heisman is. Oh, man, I'm just telling you, man. Come on, Jade. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. It just feels like If I was if I was the brass in DC, I would just be like, hey man, what's up? Mm-hmm. But I think this is just a long line of just like things that come along with Jaden Daniels.
Well, you know what's funny about it, Langston, too, and Jay and I were talking about this yesterday. One guy promised two people the same thing.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly, the head coach. Because Brian Kelly promised Jaden Daniels nobody's ever going to wear 5 again, and then he's got some recruit he wants to get. I want to wear 5. Sure, you can wear 5. Have you never been lied to? You've never been lied to by a college coach, have you?
Man, Langston, you will not play offensive line if you come to the University of South Carolina. Man sat there in front of my mama and lied. Now he brought me back. I've seen a lot of people go. It's like Interstellar. I've seen a lot of people go out to space and not come back to Earth. I did come back to the defensive side. God bless it, but. Yeah, man. That's so. Also, too, Lane Kiffin. If promises were made by Brian Kelly, like somewhere, Lane Kiffin got to be like, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, again, I don't know. Maybe we just need to pull out Brian Kelly and have him just be the whipping boy, walk around LSU Stadium, and everybody can just figure it out. We could just until we get some type of semblance of what's right and wrong in this situation. Let Brian Kelly lap the stadium till we figure it out.
If nothing else, they are fantastic for creating drama.
LSU has become great at drama.
I called it yesterday. I called what was happening this time. I said it was what did I say? Unnecessarily fascinating.
Yeah. It's Langston. It's that one family in the neighborhood. You just can't keep your eye off their house. Because you know something crazy is going to happen at some point.
Those folks are really interesting. Okay,
it is. Right. It is like some kind of reality show where they don't script it.
Right. It's just happening.
That was going to be my next question. Is there like some like Netflix? Are they recording? Because there's been a lot. Just this whole since the transition from Lane coming in to. Just to this is about a 2-3 episode right here.
You got the governor running private equity investments.
Oh, all of it, Jay.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't even.
It's all over the place.